Almost a month to the date exactly, Future collaborated with a very young new artist that goes by the name of Juice WRLD to create this project entitled World on Drugs. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys, as we start for the Ferros episode 8, I pondered back and forth, do I really want to do a video on this or do I really want to leave it alone? I said I'll just let my energy take me, and if I feel like it's necessary to give my people this video, I'll do it. I finally feel ready to do this video. I sat back and listened to this project. I got a few records in, and I thought to myself, what am I doing? All right, I got about, I say 6-7 records in, and I cut the entire project off. The reason why I cut the project off, I just thought the optics of this album looked disgusting on Future's part, and I could no longer play it. I'm not even saying they're not good records on the project. I'm telling you, I couldn't even get into the project enough to decipher what records were good or bad. I sat back and broke this down. Wait a minute. How old is Future Hendrix? He's 34 years old. How old is Juice WRLD? He's 19 years old. I get why Juice WRLD would want to do a project with a person that he probably looked up to, probably got some influence from. As a matter of fact, there's a tweet from 2017 in which Juice WRLD shared his infatuation for Atlanta's own Future. He said, "The day I make a collab tape with Future is the day I made it." Well, congratulations, Juice WRLD. I think you made it. I am not upset at a 19-year-old rapper living out their dreams at the peak of his powers right now musically. I am not upset with that young brother being able to do a collab tape with somebody who's probably a legend to him in Future. I'm not upset with that, and I don't question that. But what I do question is why a 34-year-old rapper who's had hit after hit after hit, has did sold out dates, sold out tours, worked with some of the biggest artists in the world from Jay-Z, Beyonce, Nicki Minaj, Drake on down. I do question, why would he want to work with this young artist? And it's not about them collaborating. Why would he link with Juice WRLD to make an entire project that's focused on the usage of drugs? In 2018, we've had our share of rappers leave this earth, and some have been tied to drug usage. At the top of the year, January of 2018, we lost Ferros Santana. Now recently, right before he passed, Ferros Santana had made it a point of emphasis to tell the people out in the world, rappers, everyone, to stop drinking the lean. It was a large part in how his health had declined, and subsequently his kidneys ended up failing him and he ended up passing away. More recently, in September, about a month before Future and Juice WRLD released this project, a project, might I add, that the two admitted that it took them one studio session to making the entire thing. About a month before that project release, the hip-hop community was stunned when back at the top of September, we lost Mac Miller to an apparent accidental overdose. Obviously, I'm not stupid. I get it. People talk about drug usage. We want rappers to be vulnerable. If you're using something to cope and it's helping you and you feel as if though it might help somebody else, talk about it in your raps. I'm not mad at that, but to dedicate an entire project to that and co-sign a 19-year-old rapper doing that, to me, I'm just like, yo, Future, I thought you'd be a few years past a project of that magnitude on that scale that did sell over 100,000 the first week. I was right along with everyone else bumping Mask Off. I was right there with you in the club singing Percocet, Molly Percocet a couple years ago. Why? Because I thought the record was good, it was catchy, and that's just Future vibing out, making a track by himself. Now with this entire World on Drugs project, where you got records named Oxy, and you're doing that with a 19-year-old, I'm just a tad bit confused the direction of the game. A lot of times, we hear a lot of older fans of hip-hop, 25, 30 and on up, say, yo, I don't like the music that's being put on the radio nowadays. I don't like the vibe of the music. I can't understand what the rappers are saying. But what happens when some of these young rappers are getting cosigns by some of the older rappers in the game, some of the rappers who've been there, done that? And when you got a 19-year-old making a tape about drugs, and a 34-year-old rapper not only likes the tape, endorses the tape, but loves that bad boy enough to get on it and make a collab project with him, not just hop on a record, but does an entire project with him, What are you expecting Juice WRLD to do? How do you expect him to turn down a collab tape and Future released it on his label? What do you expect a young artist to do when he gets a cosign from the OG like Future? I rarely listen to reviews, but I will admit to you guys, I thought Pitchfork, when they did a review on this Wrld on Drugs project, probably put this a little more eloquently than I ever could. Tori McAdams said the Wrld on Drugs project caters to neither Future nor Juice WRLD's strengths. The teenager became a star not with Nash and street rap, but earnestly sung anthems about rejection and endlessly malicious women. These lightweight pop punk sensibilities are muted in service of his collaborator's preferred grim, dark palette. Juice WRLD's a game understudy, but when paired with experienced Future, Lil Wayne, and Young Thug, he's cowed and timid like a teen at his first strip club. For Future, the issue is a matter of focus. He can record an album's worth of druggy trap raps with once emerging from a chemically induced fugue, but the work is inessential. What makes him a fascinating artist is the depth of his depravity and self-loathing he's capable of mining. Only when the facade of sex and drugs is removed can he kneel before his reflection and see how truly bloodshot his eyeballs have become. Listen, pretty much summing this up, Future, you weren't talking about nothing on your portion of the album. This was trash, bruh. Beast Mode 2 is one of my favorite projects of 2018. It's in my top 10. Records like Wi-Fi Lit, Cut on My Wrist, Racks Blue, 31 Days, Hate the Real Me. Those are the records that to me captivate what Future is. Very catchy, talking about some of the most silliest of things. That's why I love the brother Future's music. This Wrld on Drugs project, he could have kept that. I just don't understand how you go in the studio and co-sign this. To be honest with you, more than anything, I'm concerned about the mental health and physical stability of Future. In my world, for somebody to go into Yo and make an entire project dedicated to discussing their love for drugs is either one or two things to me. Either one, Future is crying out for help and he's using drugs to self-medicate himself through his problems. And at that point, I'm like, yo, Future, you probably need to go seek some real help before you overdose on these drugs. Second thing it could be, Future, if you not on these drugs and you just rapping about drugs that you don't use, to me that's taking advantage of the culture, using the culture, and you're rapping about stuff that people are really addicted to. Either way, it's not good. Now, Future did hop on his Instagram after the release of the project because he was getting a lot of backlash for co-signing this. And this is what he explained what Wrld on Drugs means to him.
Yo, this Pluto, and everyone have vices. Everyone is addicted to something. Let me know what you're addicted to and hashtag Wrld on Drugs and send your videos right now. The most important thing is being aware. Hashtag Wrld on Drugs and let me know your addiction right now. What are you addicted to? Send your videos right now. I want to see your videos right now. What are you addicted to? Let me know your addiction and send your videos. You don't have to be addicted to drugs. You can be addicted to jewelry or whatever it is. I'm addicted to money. What's your addiction?
I'm sorry, Chief. That just wasn't good enough. More importantly, that music wasn't good enough on that last project. You see, in hip-hop, sometimes we treat it just like athletes on our favorite teams. We'll put aside some of our athletes' problems as long as they're doing what they need to do for our team to help us win. With rappers, our favorite musicians out there, we'll ignore a lot of BS when the music is substantially good, it's our vibe, it's a banger. We'll ignore some of the BS. But when the records are not up to par, now we have to sit back and question the music, have those conversations with our friends about the project. Did you like it? What you didn't like about it? What you liked about it? And when Future project comes up, because the music between him and Juice WRLD was substantially subpar, we're now having different conversations like, yo, why would he even hop on a joint like that if the music ain't fire to produce what they produce? If you make an entire album with a 19-year-old or about drugs, I gotta at least expect the project to be fire, and this was not that. What's up, y'all? It's yours truly, Mr. TALIAFERRO. This is the For the Ferros series, For the Ferros, every day at 4 o'clock. I've been doing a terrible job at the everyday aspect of it, but I do have an episode for you guys today. Please enjoy it. I believe we're at episode 8. We're talking Future, man. I gave y'all some very honest and candid thoughts that I had on that last project with Juice WRLD, Wrld on Drugs. I just wasn't feeling it, bruh. And it's not like I'm trying to knock the leader of the trap, Future, in regards to what he brings to the table. I just don't understand the cosign if that's what you gonna bring to the table. That project just wasn't it for me. I never could get into it. And I think it's one thing for two artists to come together and hit and miss. I think it's another thing when you see so many of us complaining about some of the music and just the lack of care it looks like we're getting from these artists nowadays, and when they're able to still do 100,000 first week, because y'all already know what it is. A lot of kids, a lot of teens are in this drug-centric music. When you got an artist of the caliber, of the rank of a Future, many would argue he's one of the top 10 most popular rappers in the world. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. It's kind of disappointing when he co-signs the drug world era. Not only does he co-sign it and say, I like the project, I salute the project, he went and hopped on that bad boy 50%. He ain't even just want to hop on a record. He's like, yo, let me get 50% of that and release it on my label. I'm like, yo, hold on, bro. I don't think that was it. I just don't think that was the one, bro. I don't know if that was the move, because moves like that to me symbolize something much bigger and can have a more lasting impact musically. When you got OGs in the rap gang, because Future's at least a decade in right now of being super successful. When you got OGs stamping stuff like that, I mean, to me, it just sets the wrong precedent. And if any of us still believe in this thing we love called hip hop, to me, music is something that's given me some of my best feelings I've ever had in life. From an emotional standpoint, I've cried listening to music. I've had some of my best laughs listening to music, my best smiles. Music, hip-hop specifically, has gotten me through some of my toughest times, because I'm able to go cut on one of my favorite rappers and be like, yo, if he got through that, I know I'm gonna get through this. She dumped me, but I'm gonna come back 10 times harder, and the next one gonna be 10 times bad and realer, because that record was able to help me get through that breakup, because that artist told me everything would be okay. Music has been everything to me. I don't know where the hell I'd be at if I didn't have my hip hop, my real rap music to get me through some of my toughest times. And when I see us venturing away from talking about the tough times and discussing this BS in every record, like, yo, you gotta talk about drugs 15 records straight? Ain't nothing else going on in your life where you can't pull away from that? Yeah, I just think we're going down a very, very sticky path. And I think it's one thing for the kids to be doing it, but now we starting to see some people who we got a higher expectation in rap doing it as well. And I'm like, yo, that's a little bit crazy. So I posed the question to you guys as we come to this end of the For the Ferros episode. See, it wasn't a lot of me on camera today, more of me talking, putting some visuals to light like I said it would be. I'm asking you guys straight up and down, what do you think about Future co-signing this Wrld on Drugs project? Artist is 15 years younger than him in Juice WRLD. What do you think about Future co-signing this project, hopping on it, making it a collab tape? Y'all rocking with it or not? That's the simple question. Y'all rocking with this move or not? And how does the music sound to you? I wasn't feeling it. I couldn't get into it. Maybe you have more luck than me. Maybe you can break things down to me better in the comment box below. Please do. Because I love Future, man. And I don't know about this one, y'all. Yo, Beast Mode 2 was one of my joints. But I know a lot of strong Future fans. A lot of people in the Future Hive. They tried to act like this ain't happening. They just look the other way. Every time you bring this project up, they act like it never happened. And it shouldn't be like that for somebody who we put in a very elite class with the amount of music and the records that he can make when he's focused. Thank y'all so much for the time, love, support. I don't take it for granted. For the Ferros, every day at 4 o'clock. All right, I'm telling y'all that, but let me make sure I get the everyday aspect of that down. Bear with me. We're gonna do something special with this. We averaging about 3,000 views an episode. If I can get people's attention, 3,000 people, 4,000 people for 15 minutes, now we can start talking about them ads and some big time deals for your boy. So thank y'all so much for the love and support. I don't take it for granted. Giveaways are coming soon. At the top of your screen over there, yes, We got Mr. Taliaferro TV. Hit me on Instagram, follow that account. I'm about to do some giveaways, yo, for the holiday season. I'm in Memphis for a turkey drive soon for Thanksgiving. Yeah. So I want to help give some people. You don't got to be from Memphis to be in the Christmas giveaway. So if you're looking for some holiday gifts from your boy, y'all rock with me all count of the year. Have my most successful year by far. And it's only up from here. So I'm going to give some things away. And I want you guys to be in that running. Follow me on Instagram. I'm trying to promote my Instagram to get it popping. And this is the way I'm doing it. Helping y'all holiday season. Y'all helping me with a follow. So please follow me on Instagram and more details will be coming soon. I'm out.